like we are
Normal.
we're completely done. And voila, I think a couple of years down the line, it turns out some of the things that my mother or my grandmother had sort of envisioned came to life. I managed to retire my parents. I managed to do quite a few amazing things from them the last couple of years. That's been my story, and I found it very, very.
So, in what context was your mom telling you? I can imagine it was out of pride of who you've become, or
I think so. I think so, and
yeah.
I think maybe it's been something that has just been weighing on her for quite a while. I think it's just one of those things where it's something that I mean, I was 36 or so when she told me that, so it's something that she had never told me before. And then she was like, and again, I had this very. She's staring deep into my eyes and like, do you know why you're called Taqwana? And then she tells me, and I think there was a sense at the time that this is an unwanted child by everybody because that he came at a time when he was not supposed to come, and here I was around, and apparently I've always been a happy-go-lucky kind of individual, one that's quite keen to just make people around them laugh or be in a sort of good space from day one, really, and that's something that I can identify with even up until today.
Oh, nice. So,
Yeah.
would you say that a current path has been influenced by your mom or your dad in any way?
Certainly, I think traits, so most people tend to ask you, when did you start business really? And I never think there's a date to it. I always think that you are the sum total of your experiences, and some of the things that you learn when you're 5 years old, 10 years old are things you carry into business. I think business is like life, is just a function of making common sense decisions and then being persistent where it doesn't make any logic and things of that nature. So I always feel like what my parents brought to the table and their sort of traits that they brought to the table are things that I've carried into business. My mom was a cross-border trader at one point, so she used to sell from Zimbabwe. She used to sell what's called in the local language Madoiri. I don't know what the English equivalent of that.